Hello champions and future champions, hello Chessmood family, welcome to the daily lesson number 100. We are already 3 months recording daily lessons with Grandmaster and hopefully you are taking lots of value. Today we will speak about tactical vision, how Grandmasters are noticing tactics. And today I will show you one of my games. It was played in 2008 in Poland. I was playing with black pieces this position against Staniszewski Piotr. We had a semi-Slav, very complicated opening, and here was the position, and my opponent played queen c2. At first glance, white can take also bishop f6, and after gf6 weaken black's king's position. However, the g line I would use for attacking opponent's king. What did opponent instead of taking bishop f6? He played queen c2. I remember I was walking when I came back to my board and saw opponent's move queen c2, and when I saw, I had that feeling that wait, there should be something is wrong with this move. So first I will show you what happened, and then we'll come back and speak how to notice such tactics. This is a complicated spot, but anyway, I'm recommending you to pause the video, think a bit before watching what happened in the game. Okay, after queen c2, the first thing that is coming to our mind, it should be, what is he doing? After a4, opponent bishop cannot go back. But well, after a4, he can take my bishop on a6, so he will not lose a piece. And here I thought, and what if I take bishop f5 first? I take opponent knight, and after ef5 I will play a4 and trap opponent bishop. Well, if I do this after a4, opponent has the idea to take bishop a4 and use the moment that after ba4, knight a4, the knight attacks my queen and the bishop, and opponent will take back the piece. Let's go back to position after queen c2. And here, when I was looking at the position and feeling that something is wrong, here I noticed another tactical pattern. After bishop f5, ef5, here my bishop on a7, g1 diagonal, and if I have queen on b8, h2 diagonal, together with my knights, I can create tactical ideas on my opponent. So let's say my queen is on c7. Here I would have two ideas. First one is knight f3 check. If king h1, it will be queen h2 checkmate, and if gf3, queen g3 check. Okay, looks something interesting, right? And another thing, if I have the queen on c7, I would have here knight eg4 move. I want to play queen h2 checkmate, and after hg4, knight g4, here it's coming queen h2 checkmate. Opponent cannot play f4 move because of the pin, and if opponent plays g3, what we do? Okay, we just take queen g3 using the pin again, and after king h1, queen h2 is a checkmate. So, here, after queen c2, the position I was calculating was bishop f5, ef5. And now I was looking at this and speaking in my head, how can I combine these two ideas with trapping opponent's bishop on b3 and using this pattern if my queen is on b8, h2 diagonal, and then somewhere knight g4 or knight f3. Well, and here I noticed that I can play a4. I want to take opponent's bishop, and after bishop a4, I can play queen c7. Now, I want to take this bishop on a4. If opponent plays bishop b3, now you know what we do, right? We have here knight f3, which is winning, but knight eg4 is just checkmating in a few moves, because after hg4, knight g4, there is just no defense against queen h2. And if g3, we have seen this already, queen g3. After queen c7, opponent played knight e2, which I was calculating. Now with knight e2, what is happening? Opponent is attacking my bishop on c5. And if I try knight eg4 idea, after hg4, knight g4, and I want to play the same queen h2 checkmate, there will be bishop f4. So, after knight e2, I have another idea. At some point I can play knight f3 check, take opponent's defender of the g3 square and queen at g3, right? And here it goes. Just bishop b6, going back and defending my queen. It was important to play bishop b6 and not bishop a7, allowing bishop b5 move. And now my bishop on b6 is not defending the queen. And after knight e2, bishop b6, bishop b3. Here what we do? Well, if you play knight eg4, it will be hg4, knight g4, and bishop f4. But instead of that, after bishop b3, knight f3 check. There is no king h1 because of queen h2 checkmate. And after knight f3, gf3, rook e2, removing the defender of the g3 square. And after queen e2, queen g3 check. Using the pin, king h1, queen h3 check. And after king g1, do we make a draw or we do something else? I for you to pause the video and think for a bit. Okay, we didn't sacrifice all this to make a perpetual check and go home. So bishop c7. Now queen h2 checkmate is coming. There is no rook e1 because after queen h2 check, king f1. Anyway, queen h1 is a checkmate. After bishop c7, how to stop queen h2? The only move is f4, right? But the f3 pawn was the defender of g4 square. Where is going my knight? Knight g4. It's coming queen h2, checkmate. If rook e1, it will be the same thing. Queen h2 check, and then queen h1 with a checkmate. And if f3, what we do? Well, the f2 pawn was defending the king from this diagonal. And now the bishop goes back, bishop b6, check. After bishop b6, opponent resigned, because after rook f2, I can take bishop f2 and win opponent's queen, but I can even checkmate opponent. How? I for you to pause the video and find checkmate in 2 moves. Okay, it's queen h2, check, and after king f1, queen h1, checkmate. Going back to the initial position after queen c2. So, how I noticed this thing? For noticing such tactics, first of all, it's not easy, especially if it's happening in the opening, or when you are in the middle game, you just passed the opening and you are in the long game mood. It's going to be long game. You play the openings, then you will play middle games, then you will play end game. Sometimes something is blocking in our mind. The way to notice such tactics is to solve, first of all, lots of tactics. Because if I never have solved any tactics using this pattern, using the strength of the bishop, which will help me with this queen g3, queen h2 moves, I would not notice that. And then when you notice one pattern, and then you notice second pattern, with a4 you can trap opponent bishop, already your experience says that, wait, there should be some way to combine 2 patterns. And this is really happening very much. Often when you will see one tactical pattern, it sometimes doesn't work. But if there are 2, very often, like, you are just combining them together, as was in this case. So it was just a4, bishop a4, and using this tempo, queen goes to c7. Now I want to take ba4, because after knight a4, it doesn't come with a queen, with attacking my queen. And after knight a2, bishop b6 back, bishop b3, and now knight f3 check, removing the defender on e2, rook e2, queen g3 check, check, bishop c7, f4, knight g4, queen h2 checkmate is coming, and after f3, bishop b6, queen h2, and queen h1 checkmate. Did I calculate all this when opponent played queen c2? Well, it was around 10 move calculations, which needed lots of visualizations. Yeah, I did. This time I calculated. It was not that my calculation was perfect when I was playing professional chess, but this time, luckily, I calculated. And in the future, during our daily lessons and also in our Chessmood courses, we are going to speak a lot about calculation techniques. So this time on daily lesson number 100, I wanted to share you a few tips about tactical vision, how Grandmasters often are noticing such tactics. So first, they are solving lots of tactics. So there are lots of patterns in their subconscious mind, and experience tells them there are 2 patterns, be careful, there should be some way. There were many other things which I'm not going to overwhelm you and show. After bishop f5, ef5, what if queen c7 I played immediately, or a4, bishop a4, then knight f3, then queen c7. Some other stuff we already have spoken about correct move orders, and here, if you want, you can put this position on your physical board and try to understand why it was the only move order which was working in this case. Okay, at the end of today's lesson, as always, I have a homework test position for you. Here we go. The position was played in the game. Boris Spassky, he plays with white pieces against Taimanov Mark. And here black played g5, trying kind of trap this knight on h4. How to play? Are there any tactical motors? Do you feel anything it's coming? I offer you to think about it, and if you find the decision, feel free to post in the comment section. And I'm looking forward to seeing you during the next daily lessons, where we will continue sharing lots of value with you, sharing the experience of Grandmasters. Thank you everyone for subscribing to our channel, for liking the videos and supporting us. I highly appreciate it. See you very soon.